and pants. Whew, that took me a long while to do, and I know that I'm going to show you all the photos that I took in like 10 seconds, but I think that it was necessary to learn what I wanted to learn, so I want to show you this. This is some legs that I did very fast, that they're not, well, they're not the best legs, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to show you first what I've learned, and then I'm going to show you how I learned this, from looking at the pictures that I took of myself. So imagine that we're going to draw a pair of pants, and these are going to be, well, this is going to be the belt, that is going to be from where the pants are going to hang, so to speak. But since this is not like pyramidal, like in a t-shirt where everything hangs from this 2 point that is going to be hanging from a cylinder, the hanging point of the pants don't matter that much. What I found out that did matter, and that I'm going to show you on shirts as well, is here, below the crotch. It is a point where all the costures get together, and that is a really good point of tension. So when you're going to be drawing clothes, and for example, you're going to be drawing a shirt, you're going to be thinking of the hanging point, of the resting point, and then the tension point from the costure. Let's just call it the costure point. It also happens here when you have like this costure here and when you have this costure here that are not the same, and this down here is going to be a great tension point for most of the movements. If you go back to, you know, just a bit to the video where I did the shirts, you will see that that happens as well. And here in the pants, this is a really important tension point. So I'm going to draw this part that is like, it is made so it has some extra fabric here so you can move more freely, this part of pants, at least on men, and then it goes to the tension point. So you can see that where the crotch is going to be, there's going to be a lot of tension going to places like this. And then the thing about this pose that I just did is that there's going to be a resting point in the knees. At least it's going to be a resting point here in this particular case. Like there is going to be some knee resting where this is going to be falling like that. And now if you, it is, the thing with the knee is that it is a resting point for the top part of the pants, but it is a hanging point for the rest of the pants. So everything is going to hang from here because there is a resting point here. There is going to be some bulk here like this, and then you're going to have something like this for this leg, and for this part you're going to have some tension here because since the leg is going just a bit forward, there's already going to be tension in pants. I'm going to show you the same thing. Well, it happens a little bit different on this leg, because on this leg, this is not so much a resting point. Even it is a very small resting point compared to what it is on this leg, but it is a really big hanging point. And it all is going to, it's all going to hang from this point like this, and then it's going to accumulate here, where you can have this big like resting point, and then you can take it from the back. Since it's going to be hanging, there's going to be pretty straightforward, and you're going to be having this well, the back is pretty straightforward. I don't like this, so I want to do it again, more like this, more like that, I guess. Let me see how it looks. Yeah, that kind of looks okay. It needs some work, but the theory's there, right? I could go more like this, maybe. What matters is that it's all going to go back to this place, and in this particular leg, since it's going to be mostly resting, there's not going to be a lot of tension points from this side. There's going to be some creases because the fabric is accumulated there, but not a lot of tension. So now let's go to the poses that I did. So the first pose that I did is here, a standing pose. And let me just take this here. I can have more space, so I can show you these. And let's also do this. Okay. So I'm going to show you what I've been seeing from this. So you see when it is resting, well, for example, I'm going to show you these jeans here. That you see that this line is because it all comes down from the knee. So there's some sort of resting point here, and then it comes down and gets big, and all the fabric gets accumulated here. If you look at it from behind, that is here. And also, you know, my wife really likes my butt, so if you think that I have a nice butt, just give it a thumbs up or leave a comment, because you're going to be seeing it a lot during the rest of the video. If you see this from behind, you can see that these curves are from the accumulation from this part, but if not, it's just falling pretty straightforward. The Bermudas, well, they're kind of their own thing, they're just hanging there, there's so much to be said about it. And I have Bermudas, these are jeans, these are corduroy pants, and these are ski pants that are really bulky and really, you know, they're really big, really thick, and they don't get moved a lot depending on the motion. I did some motions here that are going to be, some are going to be pretty simple, some are going to be pretty extreme. So here you have it. This is what I've been talking about when I was telling you about the tension point from the costure. There just below the crotch. You can see that here is like all this tension is going here, all this tension is going here, all this tension is going here. And you know that I just told you that there's this part of the pants that has some extra fabric for it, so you can have more movement. Well, you can see that there's a division between this tension and this tension. They don't belong to the same thing, but because there's that extra fabric, they act differently together. You can see here that in the big ski pants, there's a lot of tension here, and then it has a lot of tension here, and it all goes back to that point in the costure. It all goes back like this. You can see even from behind, you can see that in all the cases, all the lines go back to that point of costure. That is the point that the pants are going to have the most tension as well. And here you can see, well, the pose that I did just initially on the drawing wasn't quite like this, but you can see what I mean, right? Like here, the knee acts as a hanging point, so it all accumulates like this. It all hangs like this to this point, and in this particular case, not so much, but it still gets accumulating here. It has this resting point here that I didn't think about, well, because it wasn't so extreme on the example that I had, I think. And here from behind, yeah, you can see that if you stretch the leg just a bit more, there's going to be just big resting point here, and from the knee it's going to be this hanging point here, and this tension. So it's always going to be those three elements: the hanging point, the resting point, and the tension point from costures. So since these resting points, since these tension points are from costures, you're going to see them mostly in the same places, like here on the armpit or below the crotch. Now here I stretch the leg, and it's the same thing basically. You can see that the tension points, they go here to the crotch, here because the ass is getting tense as well. You're going to see some lines here in the tension, and there's going to be tension here going not only towards the crotch but also towards the butt, because there's going to be this big bulk of mass there. Here in the Bermudas, since you don't have the lower leg, the tension is going to be a lot looser. So instead of just having the leg and having all the tension going here, it's going to lift, see, this piece of fabric a lot more. I had to remember that. And well, it's going to be pretty much the same. And finally, I have here this really long stretch where the same thing applies, and you're going to have this hanging point. Something is going to be accumulated here and the resting point on the leg. Just let me zoom a bit more. And let me see, here you're going to have the hanging point is going to be this part of the leg, so it's going to be going like this. Is it? No, why is it going? Yeah, it is. This mass here is the one that is accumulating, so this is why the curve is here, because this mass is the one that is trying to accumulate. It's going to be hanging from, oh no, it's just hanging from this point. is resting on this, but is hanging on this. Here you're going to have a straight line, and you're going to have these tension points here. They're all going to go back to the crotch, and from behind is just the same. The tension points go back to the crotch. I don't want to bore you anymore with this. I think that I found what I wanted to find about pants, and I learned something else about the costure points. So now what I have to do is try to draw pants and shirts for myself without any help of reference. Wish me luck. That's it for today. My name is Javi and I can draw. Thank you so much for watching this. I'll see you on the next one. Bye!